Welcome to Russ Reals Live and the Holistic Perspective. Here we go. Special thank you to our sponsors of Russ Reals Live, Ironhead Roofing, Lisa Marie, and D. Scott Smith and Networking for Students. For more information on Ironhead Roofing and their roofing services in the Willamette Valley of Oregon, go to ironheadroofing.com. And for more information on Lisa Marie, Beyond Ordinary, Become Unlimited, go to lisamarie.com.
Networking for Students, now available on Amazon, dscottsmith.com/students. Order a copy for your student or the graduate in your life.
Ta-da! Here we are. Actually, we're really here. Ta-da! There we go. Hey, Scott, what a blessing to have you here today on Russ Reals Live, co-hosting with me. We should think about this co-hosting thing more often.
Yeah, we had to try a show or two and see if it works out and if we're going to go for more than 3.5 years.
Well, everybody, I'm Russ Hedge here on Russ Reals Live. So glad to have you with us. And of course, Mr. D. Scott Smith. Scott is my amazing co-host of The Experience Live with Russ and Scott, The Experience Local, and The Experience Backstage. We've got just a few experience shows rolling. And so, yeah, I'm so grateful to have you here tonight, Scott. It's going to be a great night.
Yeah, I look at the lineup and, of course, the topic, right? This whole holistic perspective. And we'll get some definitions from the experts and find out what does it mean, and then how does it apply to our life, to our business, and everything. Because it's holistic.
Holistic, that's right. But I just want to remind you all, you're here on Russ Reels Live, and I want to tell you that I just love people. I love to connect with you. Go to russhedge.com for me. I don't have it up here, but D. Scott Smith for Scott to connect with us, because we love to connect and reach out to you. And we can do that in many ways, but we would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube page here and our YouTube page on The Experience. But the YouTube page for Russ Real Live is really simple and easy. It's www.russreals.live. And I would bring that up for you if I had it available. And for some reason, it's rolled off my screen. So anyway, russreals.live. It's like virtually impossible to forget that. And there you go. Subscribe to YouTube at russreals.live. I knew I was going to get that sooner or later. But this is live, everybody. You know what? You roll with whatever happens. So excited to have that, and it's growing. Both of our the experience.video and russreels.live are both growing like crazy. So love to have you guys join in, become part of that. Also, I'm just so thankful that you're all here today. And if you wouldn't mind doing me a huge favor, just share this out. Start letting people know. Start letting your friends know, because we have amazing friends and people. Joan and Karen, oh my goodness, I can't even begin to tell you what a blessing they are. They are just amazing ladies that are going to just really enlighten all of us on the holistic perspective. Then we'll have Dr. Nupi Aurora dropping in to give us her holistic perspective, along with Matt Allen, who is just the miracle maker. And so excited for all of them being here. But Scott, anything special you've had going on today you want to share with everybody before we get moving?
We got this big move to Waco, so everything has been sorting and packing and planning. So it's a big trip. It's a big move, and you only want to take what you want to take. And so it's a good opportunity to kind of winnow and weed through some stuff.
There you go. I mean, you got to have time for that. And I think moving is always a good time because you don't want to have to take any more than you have to, right?
Yeah, we accumulate things over the years, and some of it is good. Some of it's useful. Some of it triggers memories, and those are good things too. You
Yeah,
just need to be selective about how
that's
many
cool.
how many memories you want to drag around with you and leave to your children.
There you go.
There's a comic, and the father's standing with his son in front of the garage, and the door is rolled open, and it's just packed, and stuff is falling out. And he goes, "Someday, son, all of this will be yours."
That is so good. That's so good. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, having have gone through that already with my parents, I completely understand that perspective. So, well, listen, Scott, I'm super excited. I just want to remind everybody we're here every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. That's right. Don't forget that after we go live and you can engage live, it becomes a video podcast and it sits on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook for infinity and beyond. That's right. Forever. It sits there and you go back and watch it again. But wait, there's more. It also converts to audio podcasts. So you can actually listen. If you don't have time to watch video, while you're jogging, walking your dog,
Mhm.
driving your car, whatever, you can listen to iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, whatever your favorite podcast platform is. So this is a great opportunity to meet amazing people like the people we're about to have on. And Scott, I think we should get rolling and get them going, don't you?
Yeah, bring the people in. And I know that folks have been watching the Olympics, and when you get tired of watching another gold medal performance, subscribe to Russ Reals YouTube, and just put the little bell on, so that every time a new episode comes on, you're going to be able to participate with these great guests. And I will recommend to people, get involved in the comments, make comments, say hi to each other, say hi to the
Exactly.
guests, and
Yep.
ask questions, because this is your chance to get information that will impact your life for good.
Yes, it absolutely will. I'm so excited. So I'm going to start with two amazing friends, Joan and Karen. I tell you, they've recently released a new book.
Hmm.
They have a couple books out there available on Amazon. They also are just doing amazing holistic health coaching. So it looks to me like I'm not sure if Karen is ready. We're going to bring Joan in first. Hey, Joan.
Hi.
Karen's
Welcome.
hiding again. So I don't know if Karen is ready. So we're going to start with you. When she pops up, I'll bring her in. But Joan, it is so, so great to see you. You and I have had some amazing conversations lately, and you are such a blessed friend and supporter. And I appreciate you so much.
Well, thank you so much for having us here this evening. And hi,
Well,
Scott.
Yeah, Joan, it is great to meet you. And I'll just say thank you, because you are a sponsor of one of our programs, and uh, you and your sister Karen. And that just means the world to us. And we're happy to share your work with the rest of the world. But let's find out what's going on in your world, so people know what they're going to find out when they read your book and follow you online and everywhere you are.
so take it away, Joan.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. A lot is going on. I mean, as you said, well, first of all, I'm a holistic health and wellness coach, and also uh, our magazines. We do have a magazine which is Start Healthy, which is hard copy, and also it's digital. And also we do podcasting and a whole lot of stuff. We just hosted an event in New York City at the Javits Center, and it was truly amazing. So we do quite a lot of stuff, but our main focus is on how do we help people to align themselves and live a healthier lifestyle in a holistic way, and which is talking about mind, body, spirit, or mind, body, soul. And how do we achieve that? How do we become one with that? And so those are the things we focus on, we talk about, and we help people to live their best, walk in their excellence, be the true essential self, because it starts with you, living from the
Amen.
inside out.
Yeah, that is so great. And I just love what you guys are all about. I'm going to try to bring Karen in here to see if she's hiding behind the sign. Yeah, I tell you, you two are such a blessing. There, the two of you are together in that picture. Are you hiding back there, Karen? Well, she's not there yet, but that's still a really nice picture of you
She'll
two
probably
with
mysteriously materialize
she will
in
Yeah, she's
in a
at
mysteriously.
work
moment.
too.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Mhm.
I love I just love your attitude and your whole approach to everything. It just is so important. Since I met Noopy and then I met you
Oh, there
guys,
she is.
there's Karen. And I have just been my eyes have been open to a whole new world, especially as I went through this cancer journey on, you know, the holistic health and all that stuff. So Karen, it is so, so great to have you here. Why don't you give everybody a little snippet on who is Karen Pascal and what are you up to?
Wow. Oh my goodness. It's so great to be in this space with you, Russ, and it's a blessing when we could collaborate and we can able to bring real good topics to the audience because it's really helping them to understand how they can live a holistic lifestyle.
Right.
And it's not just eating, it's your mental, it's your energy. It takes so much of you because remember, it's the whole.
Right.
It's not a part of you, it's the whole of you. And how are you really living your life? Are you checking in with yourself very often to see what's happening with your mind, your body, your spirit? How is your spirituality?
Mm.
Many times we get up off our beds each and every day and we don't have no sort of spirituality. We are just on the go all the time. So when things arise in our lives, we cannot balance ourselves out. So we really need to check in with ourselves and see where we are heading. And we really need to take a hard look at the people we are surrounding ourselves with because it is super important.
Wow.
It is super, super important. That
Yeah.
is why myself and Joan, we wrote 2 books. Your Gut in You and Self-Care is Intentional because it gives you a form of a guideline how you really should approach your life.
Yeah.
How you should really check in with your life because self-care is not going to the spa alone.
Right.
Karen, I like this, and Joan, I like this because I will just say in the Western world, we are very good at segmenting, and we talk about work-life balance, which basically
Right.
means splitting those, right? And realistically, it should be a work-life integration. But what you're telling us is to take it to the next level
Right.
and not segment our sacred and secular, to not
Right.
segment
Right.
the mental and physical. So I'll let you guys take it and give us a little bit more about what it means. What can we do practically to integrate?
Well, first of all, I'm Karen Pascal, holistic health and wellness coach and a co-author of 2 ebooks, as I said before, my sister Joan Williams, Your Gut in You and Self-Care is Intentional. And to start this journey, you got to break habits. Because many times we come from a home and we are so accustomed to one lifestyle, and sometimes you find it very difficult to break these habits. But if the old is not working, you got to start something that is new. And we all need to be open when we're going to start something that is new. And it's not a quick fix. Baby steps you take as you go along on this holistic journey is baby steps that you're going to take on this holistic journey. How is your social support? Who are the people you have surrounding you? Are they helping to lift you up or are they pulling you down? So you got to check around, see the people you have surrounding you, your social support, because you need people who are going to support you on this holistic journey that you're going to be taking. So you got to surround yourself with the right kind of people.
Hey, Karen, let me jump in there because I want you to tell us so much more. But before we keep going, speaking of surrounding ourselves with amazing people, I want to get Matt in the room here. Matt Allen, who's a good friend of ours, the miracle maker. There he is.
Yes.
Hey, Matt.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hi,
Matt.
Russ. Thank you
How's it
for having
going?
me back, even though I messed it all up last time. Or was that your show, or was that Karen and Jones? I think it was everybody's show. I go on and mess it up, so my apologies to everybody. Anyway, lovely to be here.
Well, Matt, we're so happy to have you here. You're such a great friend. Give everybody a snippet. Who is Matt Allen? What are you up to?
I am Matt Allen, brother to Russ Hedge, sister to Joan and Karen. Oh no, they're the sisters. I'm the brother. Yeah, a brother to Joan and Karen. I love you both most.
Love you back.
I am fundamentally business, and I am here to represent the holistic business, to include everybody, truly include everybody, from staff to customers to the people at the top, to change business into something that's beneficial for everybody, so that then we can all benefit in so many different ways that we currently don't see benefit from business, whether that be in terms of health, to being able to monetarily benefit everybody in the world, both individually or as a family, or through to changing the economy in a country or around the world. Many different ways that business should and could operate differently to include everybody. Holistic is a word that they might use, but currently holistic is not holistic as in whole, it's holistic as in holy, because holy moly, there is some holes in our economies, and holy moly, there is some holes in these people's heads who run big businesses and things like that around the world. I'm sorry, but it's time for change. It's time
Yes.
to put the whole back into holistic, not the holy rubbish that they seem to wheel out every day and tell us that that's good for us all. We all know it's not good for us all, because we all
Yeah.
live that holy lifestyle. Don't know about you, but I've got holes in all of my stuff, whether it's some jeans or my socks or underwear.
In your
Maybe
socks, for sure. That's right.
yeah.
You got to have at least one.
Yeah. Well, Matt, before we get going too further with you, thank you so much. I'm going to jump back to Joan to Karen and then to Joan. Karen, pick it up where you were talking. And then Joan, will let you jump in after that. But, we just want to dive a little deeper into this whole holistic perspective. It is a whole life change as far as the way you think, isn't it?
Absolutely. Your physical, your emotional, your mental. Mindfulness plays a big part. Mindfulness plays a very big role in your life, because if you're looking to transform your life, you have to be mindful. You have to be mindful of what you're doing. You have to be consistent of what you're doing to transform your life, because the transformational process is a journey. It's not a destination, it's a journey. And once you start this holistic journey, you have to continue every single day to empower yourself moving forward on this holistic journey. And how are you managing your stress? How is your stress management? Because many times, again, we don't pause, we don't check in to see what's going on with our lives. We are pouring out so much every single day into the world. Are we pausing and pouring back into our cup? We need to pause and pour back into our cup. There is where your modalities come in, through meditation, if it's yoga, if it's grounding, whatever works best for you, prayers, whatever works best for you. Use that modality to pour back into your life. Because if you don't do that, you're going to get burnt out. And self-care is super important for us at this point in time, because mental health is on the rise. And we really need to check in with ourselves and see where we're at this point in time. Russ?
Yeah, you are so right. And Joan, I'm going to let you pick it up from there, because, there's so much that makes up who we are, right? And that is where I love this. All that I've learned through my cancer journey, and just about being more healthy, and what I put in my body and what I put in my mind, and how I'm shaping everything makes such a difference. So, Joan, I'm going to let you take it away.
It all begins with mindset,
Mhm.
because growth mindset and fixed mindset. When you have a fixed mindset, you're not letting anything in. But when you have a growth mindset, you're open to new ideas, new things that can help you as a person, living intentionally.
Amen.
And one of the, in our coaching, we talk about the 12 components. And what is the 12 components? I'm going to just list a few of it. It's talk about, just to follow up what Karen said, it's talking about physical activity, spirituality, some form of spiritual practice, whatever that is, whatever that may be for you. Because we all can agree that there is something higher than ourselves, and that we can go into that space and pause and pull in from source, whatever you want to call it, God, Buddha, whichever one it is, and that you can get quiet with yourself and hone in that space. Because we rush, we push everything all the time. But are we stopping and taking that quiet time and just pause? Be with yourself. Go with one with yourself, or one with universe, God, or whatever that is, or as I said, and just get still. Just get quiet and just be.
Yeah.
And then and then you can think clearly. It's a new level of clarity that comes into play in that moment.
Yes.
Joan, you're speaking my language. I'm telling you, you are speaking my language. And I love that so much. But before we continue on, we're going to get Dr. Nupi Aurora in the room,
Oh.
who's made, she's here. Here she is, the one and only little
Sprinkle some
sis.
glitter.
Woohoo!
Oh
Look
my
at
God,
that.
I'm so excited. I can't speak.
I don't believe that's true.
Literally, oh my, I'm so tired. My eyes, I'm like literally, ugh. But I don't even know. Well, I do know what we're talking about, but oh, hi everybody.
Hi.
Well, you know, one thing that I love about this, and then Scott, I'll let you jump in for a sec before
Hi,
Nupi
Scott.
continues, is I have had the wonderful blessing to be with my little sis in real life, Nupi, after she came through to see you, Joan and Karen.
Yes.
And that's a great time. And then Matt came through to see you guys. I mean, New York's just kind of the hub here. And now in October, I get to see you guys.
Yes.
I'm so excited. And so it's just amazing. But Scott, say a few things and then we'll let Nupi introduce herself. Go ahead.
Oh, again, it's the whole thing is the whole thing. And that's what's important is that, again, don't chop your life up into little segments.
True.
And look for how these things integrate. And don't try to be moving from one thing to the next. Look at how it all blends together, right? I was thinking about baking the cake. And when I've done this, and you put in the cake mix and whatever else goes in, and you put in the egg. If you don't beat it up, right, you don't mix it all together, you have little bits of scrambled egg in your cake.
Yes.
Right.
And that is not enjoyable.
Right.
Dr. Nupi, let's turn it back over to you.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
just beaming. So yeah, whatever.
Tell us who you are.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're talking about the stillness and being and following what I heard Joan say about always rushing. And it is just pause. Give yourself that pause time. And there's so much to be gained from delving in and observing. And you know what? You don't have to step into those emotions either. It is about seeing them, accepting them, and not being defined. And it's much. You sometimes feel that I have to fix the way I'm feeling. I have to be okay. And if I'm doing this, then I'm okay. And I will challenge that and say, it's okay not to do anything else. It's absolutely fine to just take stock and cultivate that feeling of the uncomfortable feelings, the uncomfortable way of feeling, and being okay with it. And that takes, it's not very pleasant, but it takes time and practice. And, it's feelings, isn't it? It's feelings, and they come and go. And that's the point of it, really. But I hope that is in context with what you guys have been talking about, because I've just literally jumped in and gone, hi, and then I don't know. I think that's what you were talking about.
Well, Nupi, that was excellent. And tell us, since it's been a while, who is Dr. Nupi Aurora? Who is the glitter practitioner?
So let me reintroduce myself, because I feel like I've not been on this platform for like forever. And actually, it probably has been pretty much most of this year. So I'm Dr. Nupi, otherwise known as the glitter practitioner. I'm a GP, I'm a family physician in the UK, and I am absolutely passionate about sharing holistic care. And what I mean by that truly is understanding your needs, your whole self-health needs, and recognizing that beautiful interplay and balance between physical, emotional, spiritual health. You cannot separate them. And once you understand that, you actually can, you've got so much magic at your fingertips, really. And what I share and guide my patients is recognizing those needs and how to maintain them, how to rebalance them, how to keep yourself restored, and recognizing, tuning into the body when you're not in alignment. How does that feel? What is your body talking to you? What is it saying? And I do this with conventional medical care. And it's beautiful. It is transforming. And it's a win-win, because I love to share what it is I know can help, and it does, and I receive that back tenfold, and it literally, it's a win-win. I get lit up by it, and I'm sharing something that helps, and it's beautiful.
Well,
That's
this is
me in a
how
nutshell.
That's how our relationship started, you and I. You came on with my beautiful wife and I and spent about an hour and a half talking to Leah about some things that were going on, and what a blessing that was. So Matt, jump in here, my friend, because you are about a holistic life. I mean, I love what you're doing, and whether it's holy moly or whatever you said, you're just an amazing guy. So pick it up. Go ahead.
Okay, just before you do it, we'll put the 6 squares back up, please. Yeah, good. Okay, we'll come to that in a second. Dr. Nupi, nice to see you. I've never met you before. I don't remember meeting you. I think you said that you live in the UK. You've met everybody else. Maybe at some point we can meet. What you said sounds very interesting and very intriguing. I'm sure that I've seen you on some show on LinkedIn or somewhere before.
Maybe, live with the glitter practitioner, indeed.
More people should watch more of these shows. You guys have all got shows, right? You should all Anyway, let's get back to these boxes. I want to pick up with what Scott was saying before, in the sense of segmenting or breaking up our lives, and really we should be seeing those things as a whole thing, right? Now, I look at these 6 boxes, and I'm a bit strange. We all know that. I think everybody's figured that out by the fact that we've gotten to this point already. But anyway, I look at these, and I look at a chocolate box, right? A chocolate selection box with all these yummy chocolates, like family to me, friends of a long time.
I love that game. What chocolate are you? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. See, you seem very wonderful, Dr. Nupi. I'm sure that I should have met you before some point. Anyway, the point is that box of chocolates is made up of chocolates, individual chocolates, all yummy in their own way. Probably not very good for us healthily, but you're entitled to a little chocolate celebration every now and then. And that's not a sponsorship plug if anybody's watching in the UK. But as a whole, we make a wonderful box of chocolates, a vast array of assortments that makes up a wonderful thing that we look at on the shelf and we think, yeah, I'd like to try that one because that's got lots of yummy things inside of it. And there's lots of different boxes of chocolates, right? And some of them are a bit nutty and chewy. They're usually the ones that I'm in. But most of them are sweet and lovely and enjoyable. Well, the ones that you guys are in, like I said, you've all got your own shows that people should be watching. But yeah, I think very much there's something to be said for breaking people up and breaking things up in terms of parts of our lives sometimes, because we need to look at those things and think about what we're doing in them to make sure that we're holistically looking at things.
Yeah, and
But
I'll go
sometimes-
with that. I'll go with that, Matt, and say
Yeah.
it's not that you blend things together, right, and
Yeah.
necessarily blur the lines. I think what we're really saying is that what's happened when you don't take a holistic approach, you're missing huge gaps, right? As
Yeah.
when Dr. Nupi wasn't here, we just had a hole in this event, right?
I'm going to say it again,
And
holy moly.
that's what's happening. Holy moly. And so this is the thing, and I think I'll turn it over to somebody else here in a moment to fill in what happens when you neglect a chunk of your life.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
ooh,
That's
I
good.
like this.
Yeah.
Go
ooh.
with it, Doctor.
Okay.
with it.
Sorry,
And
Joan.
then
It was
Karen.
meant to be you or Karen, but I'm
No,
clearly
you
going
go.
to
No,
step
you
Take it.
go.
Thank you, my sisters. I love you. I was just typing. I love you so
Yeah,
much.
I love you
Um,
too.
It's a big
what
love fest.
happens? It is a love fest. What happens when you ignore that? You won't even recognize it. And I'm actually speaking from my own experience now, that you do, as much as you think you're in balance, you start shifting, and
Yes.
then a denseness is the best way. It's recognizing that energy shift, and what happens? It impacts your physical health, it impacts your emotional health, and it's the subtle things as well. And you might not even realize it. It might feel like a cloud above you, and you're not really quite sure what's going on. And it is crucial to take notice about those feelings, sensations, and being curious enough to stop, take notice, listen to your heart, get out of the head, and go from here and align with that, because that's never wrong. Never, ever, ever.
Yeah.
Can't actually remember the question. Was
No, that was beautiful. And I'm gonna just let Karen pick it up from there. Karen,
What
we'll
was
go
the
to you and then to
question?
Joan. Go for it.
What
It was all
happens when
very
we
happy
miss?
though.
Yeah, what happens when we ignore segments of our life?
Oh yeah, there you go. That's perfect answer then.
Yeah.
There you are. You'll get ill. You'll get sick.
Right.
That's it.
Absolutely right, Dr. Nupi. I agree with you what you just said there, because when we neglect certain areas of our lives, everything starts to break down. There is a huge breakdown, and as Matt says, a lot of holes, right? So we have to pay attention when you realize that you're not feeling yourself. Know that something is wrong, and that is the time that you got to check in, because you've been neglecting yourself, and that is the right time to start checking in with yourself to see exactly what's going on with your life. If you're not doing your self-care, if you're not doing your journaling, if you're not going for your walks, doing your grounding, your spirituality, it's time that you got to start checking in these areas, because once you're not feeling yourself, the body automatically lets you know that something is wrong.
Oh yes.
The body gives you the signals that something is wrong. Your blood pressure could start spiking. You start to get brain fog, because the interconnectedness is not happening there. Because remember, everything is interconnected within the body, and if one part starts to break down, everything else in the body start to get affected. So we got to pay attention to how we are treating this temple. We have to pay attention to the interconnectedness. Once one part break down, we got to start zooming in on that part and start helping that part, nourish that part to move forward.
Oh, that's
I
so
like
good.
that. And I want to push this over, Russ. I want to push this over to Joan, because our two sisters here have published a book talking about gut health, and that's one of those things that I will say that as a society we ignore. We talk about nutrition, but we're not really looking specifically about this. And there's some great research, and it comes out in the book. And maybe you can talk about this because I'm interested in the practical things. What do you do? Russ has shared with us some of his routines before he gets up out of bed in the morning. He's already expressing gratefulness, and that's how he starts his day. And so, Joan, maybe you can pick up and talk to us about the book, some of the things in there, and how this is something we don't want to ignore.
Well, it's still books we have written, but talking about, I'm going to start with a self-care, because and just to piggyback off of Dr. Nupin Karen as well as Matt, when we keep on the go all the time, and as I was saying before, not pausing, there is where we get burnout. So when we can take the quiet time and fortify ourselves, as you spoke about routine, the morning routine, before we even start our day, we fortify ourselves, which is part of self-care, whether it's meditation, you do your prayer, you do your journaling, and you get with yourself before you start anything else. Like for us, where we provide care for patients and clients, our morning routine is that we do our meditation, everything, get grounded, fortify ourselves, so when we come, we can come be fully prepared, that we can serve and serve at an excellent level. So that is one part of it. But also the second part of it that you spoke about is, when you talk about gut health, is that what are we eating? What are we eating? What are we putting in our bodies? Are we focusing on processed food, or are we focusing on our fruits and veggies? And what are we eating? Because whatever we put in our body, that's what we come. And there is where we focus on our microbiome, because we want to alleviate being fatigued, being with brain fog and all that stuff. So we make healthy choices, and for each his own, because as we study for IAN, we spoke about bio individuality, for each his own. But the most important thing that is important for all of us is to make sure we can make good choices, healthy choices, so that we can keep our microbiome intact, avoid leaky gut, and so much more as well. When you get our book on Amazon, you will read more about it. But it all starts with us. Our self-care and what we put in our bodies is so important. And I just want to go back a little bit and talk about, Dr. We spoke about alignment. Alignment is so important.
Yeah.
Alignment is so important, because if we're not in alignment, as Karen spoke about, with our body, mind, and spirit, our physical activity, our social activity, our creativity, we don't feel good. And to
No.
live our full and be our best and live our excellence and show up and make deposit in others, we first got to start with us.
Yeah.
Look
No,
at
that is,
ourselves.
I mean, that
Yeah.
is so good. So there was like multiple mic drops in that. And, you know, you two obviously probably soon New York Times best-selling authors, because I mean, what you're talking about is so important, because I think people lose track of the
Yeah.
whole idea. I use this all the time. They lose track of taking care of themselves, and when you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. It's the old airplane analogy. If you don't put that oxygen mask on you, you got what, 12 seconds and you passed out. You're no good for anybody, right? So you gotta do that. You've got to take care of yourself. And Noopy just can't wait to jump in.
No, you know what I was just doing when Karen was talking earlier. I was doing all the actions and interpretive dance when you were talking, and just very getting into that side. Anyway, yes, and I was doing this. No, I've nothing more to add, really. I agree completely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness, nothing more to
Well,
add.
we'll
This is
roll
like,
over to
You can
roll over to
ask
Matt.
me. Yeah, you can come back to me. Just go with the flow.
Okay.
I was just
I've got a question
acting.
for Dr. Newton. What sort of doctor are you when you say those words and not "I concur"? It should be "I concur," not what jumbled up mess you just said. One concise word. That's what doctors do. I concur. That's 2 words. Sorry. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, you've lost
Matt,
me, Matt. I don't know what you're
keep
talking about.
keep concurring, Matt. Whatever. Yeah.
It's late. What can I say? Hopefully somebody in the audience understands what I'm going on about. I'd like to talk a little bit about this bit in the sense that we all need to interconnect, right? And holistically, as a community, as a global humanity, as a group of people, even in this little room here, through to my city, through to the UK, through to where Nupi lives, the other side of the UK, across the water to you guys in the US, all across Africa, all across the world, we all need to be unified, not just individually in terms of the different parts to us, but holistically, we need to start thinking about how we fit together, what we have in common, where we blend together and come together as one, and what it is that we share rather than the things that keep us apart in that chocolate box. Because really, we're all mingled together. We're all part of this great thing that exists. And if we don't start to realize that we need to forget about the difficulties and the differences and instead concentrate on being together and being about something that can achieve more, we aren't going to achieve more. And that's clearly evident from the state of the world at the moment. It's not been working for so long. And now is time for change. And that change is coming. And that change is represented by all of us here. And that change is represented by family,
I want to
friends.
throw this out. I want to throw this out, Matt, too, because you talk about being all together, and we're talking about holistic and looking at your whole life in the segments and not neglecting something that's important. This is not something that we should do by ourselves. This is not a solo
I was just going to
project.
say that, Scott.
And so, who wants to talk in? And maybe Dr. Nupi, you want to bring this in? Let's talk about the role of mentors and coaches and how important that is to hire somebody who knows what they're doing.
Right.
So as we do this too, Nupi, we'll start with you, but this is our last round. So talk about the subject and make sure you let everybody know how to get in touch with you for today. So Nupi, take it away.
Okay. So it's about alignment as well. It's finding we're all different. We're all absolutely beautifully unique. And, somebody might resonate with Joan, they might resonate with Karen, they might resonate with me and not somebody else. And that is fine.
Right.
But it is recognizing truly who you align to as well, because it's not a solo effort ever. And it might feel that you have to do it on your own. And it's stepping into your vulnerability, asking for help, looking to others who may have walked that path that you're experiencing before. And as I said earlier, it's always a two-way process. Somebody might seem like they've got it all together, they've done this before. There's always something to learn from each other. It's give and take. And it's when teacher, mentor is teaching student, but student becomes the teacher as well, always. And I think having a coach, having a doctor, having a good friend who's listening truly and is holding space.
Yes.
They're your people. And you will know in yourself if they're your right people. I call it fizz tingles. I get goosebumps. I get angel kisses. It's that beautiful feeling. And it's what I was feeling the minute I came on here. It was just that love spilling out. It's glitter. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to say. Very good point, Scott. And it's just beautiful to see you. I love you. I just want to give you a big hug. How can you find me? So I am currently kind of Not really on LinkedIn, but I'm doing lots of replay shows of Live with the Glitter Practitioner every Monday at 8 o'clock GMT, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard. Or is it daylight? I have no idea. It's that time.
We'll say
And
Pacific time, and then we know.
Pacific time. Thank you. And you can contact me directly on LinkedIn, direct message me. My Calendly link is there as well on my LinkedIn profile. You can also find me, I've forgotten this, on YouTube as well as Facebook and Instagram, all under The Glitter Practitioner. And actually, I'm kind of handing over to my bro, Russ, because he tells me when people are trying to get hold of me, kind of thing. So get hold of him if you want to get hold of me as well.
There you go. There you go. That always works. That always works. Hey,
It
Joan,
does.
we're going to give it to you next.
The such a great discussion tonight and talking about it. Thank you for holding this space. And it starts with you as an individual. You have to make the decision. Where am I? How am I feeling? And where do I need help the most? And then you look for a coach and look for a mentor, because you're already special. You don't need fixing, but you will know that I need some help, or I need to find a roadmap that can give me a level of alignment that I can move forward to achieve what is it I'm looking for, and how
Yeah.
I can live my true essential self. How can I
And
live
it's
my
what works
best?
for you. Yeah.
How can I walk in my excellence?
Mm.
How can I be that all? Because your life is a gift and you're
Yeah.
here and you want to walk in your purpose and you want to walk in that fully well equipped. And sometimes it takes a coach that can give you those tips and expand your toolbox so that you can continue to being special who you are, and you can shine and bring that light out and birth that gift that is within you. But that coach can ignite that for you.
Oh
So you
my
don't
God, I
know.
love you.
I love you more and we miss you.
I
So
know, it's like so inspiring listening to you. And I'm like, yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
So I just want to drop that tonight. Everybody who's watching, know that you are special. You are unique. You have that unique gift within you. And don't let anyone tell you any otherwise.
Too bloody right. Yeah.
All right.
So
All right.
tap in and bring that out. And if you want to find me, I'm on LinkedIn. You can always send me a message on LinkedIn. Our YouTube channel, Soul Light and Body. We are on a radio show, Enrichment Mind Show. And yeah, just let's connect. Let's help you to bring that out.
There you go. There you go. And if you can't get a hold of them there, just follow me to New York. And there
Yeah.
you go. All right, Karen, keep it going.
You know, this was such a beautiful discussion. The time is so short. You
I
know,
know.
the hour wrapped up so quickly, but you know what? It's beautiful when we can collaborate. And Russ, thank you for holding this space. Thank you for inviting us this evening, because it helps us to really collaborate and bring messages out to the world to help people to understand that living an holistic lifestyle is just making that first step. And once you can make that first step, you can change your life and you can start to see the transformation happening in your life. And you can get in contact with myself and my sister on LinkedIn or on Facebook, Karen Pascal, Joan Williams, or Mind and Body the Holistic Way, or Living the Holistic Lifestyle, Body, Mind, and Soul. And you can connect with us because you know what? We are health coaches and we're going to use the 12 components to really walk and guide you through. It's like giving you a roadmap that you can, you know what? I've got this roadmap and I can start to work on these areas of my life, which is the 12 components. You can start to work on these areas in your life so you can start to move forward. And as Joan said, live your true essential self. So let's connect. Just let's connect.
Well, I love that. I mean, you two are amazing. All of you are amazing, Matt. We're going to wind up with you, Mr. Miracle Man. But I just want to tell everybody, I know the time's short, and we're going to do another one of these. We're going to do Holistic Perspective Part 2. We're going to all come
Love it.
together here in another month, and we'll do this again. But I just appreciate all of you, your perspective, your mindset, just the way you look at the world makes such a difference. You know, I'm going to say, Matt, before I let you take it over, when I was diagnosed with cancer, they told me the number one thing going for me was my positive mindset, my positive
Yes.
perspective and attitude. They said more than anything that was going to make a difference. And it's true. It really is true. Matt, take it away.
Thank you, my good friend. So there's a couple of things just to quickly say. So how's about this? Holistic perspective, the whole story for part 2. The thing is that I know all of the people in this room and many of the people in the audience, and all of those people, many of them, I should say, are coaches or doctors or people who can help in different ways. And currently our world is in very much need of help and support and so much more. Because we are at that difficult situation, we are approaching this time for change. And my wonderful dear friend Jess, who sits beside me on my shoulder here, she's a testament to how much we need to be able to be willing to give and to receive that support and help that we need, whether we've got money to pay for a coach, in which case very much you should, especially at the moment, because it's very important for people. But even if you haven't, even if you've not got the money to give to somebody to help make that happen, you have at least some time, at least a moment of your day that you can reach out to somebody. I see Dr. Marcia Thomas in the comments who did a wonderful post today about reaching out to 3 people that you haven't talked to for a while. Then some people I've not talked to for a while, and that's more my fault than yours, Nupi. But it's wonderful to know that somebody is there. And it's wonderful to know that we can reach out and touch somebody and make their life whole just by making a small step, just by taking the effort and the time to say hello and ask how you're doing, or just to listen to somebody. A friend of mine, presumed that she's listening. She said she would. She's not going to let me down twice in a row. Her name's Doreen. Hi, Doreen. Was listening to me today about some of the things that I've been through recently, and I shared some of my stuff with her. Because friends are so important. Friends, family, community. And that is what we're talking about here, is a holistic approach, both individually on terms of our health, whether that's mental or physical or spiritual, through to community and beyond. We all need to support each other. And this is part of why I love coming to these things, to be amongst my family. I love you all most. So thank you, Russ. Just to finish off, because you said to tell people how to get hold of me. Basically, Facebook, sort of LinkedIn, most definitely, YouTube, definitely, or the interwebs thing the cool kids call it nowadays, I think. Just search Kudos Miracles on any of those, and you will find me and the team and all of the things that we do. So yeah, it's been a wonderful pleasure to be amongst such a wonderful family. I love you all most. And in case you didn't hear me that last time, I love you most.
Love you too.
Right back.
Aww.
Well, I tell you, even with my hearing problems, I can hear that. And I just want to say that what a blessing community is. I really feel like my biggest thing is connection and community building together is a really holistic approach to life, is coming together, because we are better together. We are definitely better together. And I am so thankful to have you guys in my life. You know, you talked about Jess Harvey, and one of the last books that I was part of, this anthology, Beyond Boundaries, Jess was one of the co-authors of that book. And I saw you, Joan, and Karen, and Matt on with CJ, Dr. Constance Leland, the other night. I was watching that live stream and really giving honor to Jess. And it's just, you know, you think about that, life is short and we need to jump on the bandwagon and start making a difference in our world, right? No,
Mhm.
it's not, I am all about creating space and giving ourselves peace and quiet, and then let's get up and let's
And
take
do.
action and do
Yes.
something. Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly. Jinx
So I think,
padlock.
yeah,
Well, I'm Russ. I'll just say, you know, Karen, you're right. The time does go fast, right? This hour went by too quick, but I will just say that the hours that are going to follow this hour in other people's lives are going to be improved
Yes.
because they tuned in, they listened, and those who choose to take action
Yeah.
are going to have those hours are going to be more valuable.
Yes.
So we can take heart in that. Community is so important, and thanks, um, uh, Matt, for putting up Jess Harvey's photo and mentioning her.
That's
We've
brilliant.
talked about that in the experience earlier this week, and over at the Global Tea Break, we often quote our friend Ted Rubin, and he says that networks give you reach, but community gives you power.
Mm.
And the
Yes.
Hounds of Business is another great example of that,
Yeah.
where it's a community, right? It's not just a network, but you have a community. And so, thanks for sharing Jess's image and the heartfelt condolences to everybody who's been connected to her.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know, I think we're going to end the show on a high note today. There's so many great things we've talked about, but I just want you all to look at this amazing group of people who have come together with a really united perspective on life, a holistic perspective, how you holy moly can become a better person. Because, and you know what? We are better together. I say it all the time. We all have our strengths and our talents, and we're better together when we come together. That's what I love about Russ Reals Live. I get to bring amazing friends like you together and do something like this and really spread a positive message. And don't forget, as soon as we close this show down, none of you go anywhere because we're going to schedule the next one and we're going to do this again because this was an amazing discussion. So I just want to tell you, I love you guys and I appreciate all that you're about, all that you mean to me, and the value that you have for the world out there. And so thank you so much for that. We're all going to give a big smile and a wave to Ever, who's going to take a screenshot. So we'll be ready till we can get. So there you go. She'll get a couple of screenshots on that. And listen, with that, I'm going to close it out and remind everybody we're here every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Russ Reels Live for your viewing and listening pleasure. And we're going to say goodbye with all of us on the screen. But you guys hang tight. As soon as we're done, we'll do it. We'll have a quick chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We'll be here next week, 4 p.m. And until then, have a great day and a great life. Goodbye, everybody. See ya. Woohoo!
Cheers.